Ali legs like he had been caught by a punch, and it was so convincing that the referee jumped in and said 1, 2, gave him an 8 count. He was absolutely astonished, but that is what took place in his round of 16 affair. Okay then, the quarter-final stage of 92-kilogram heavyweight boxing. And it's a contest between two men who come to the ring as reigning World Championship bronze medalists. The southpaw wearing red is the bronze medalist from last year's World Champs in his home country at 92 kilograms. That's Lazizbek Mulложонов, the orthodox boxer, sporting the tattoo sleeve on his left arm and the shaven head. He won World Championship bronze at 86 kilograms. 86 kilograms, not an Olympic weight, so he's up here at 92 and now 1 win away from becoming an Olympian, and that, of course, is how close Mulложонов is as well. So 2 quality operators. Counter right hook off the back foot from the southpaw in red was a scoring shot. Going for a 1-2, but Kушиташвили able to avoid it. Kept the attack going, did Kушиташвили, and tagged his man with the right hand as Mulложонов's back touched the ropes.
Really like Mulложоnov's movement here. Staying in punching range, slipping, using his angles and countering with the backhand.
Terrific left hooks being landed out of that southpaw stance. Wonder whether Kушиташвили was just shaken up by one of those shots, because he appeared to remain still and his guard appeared rather open. He steps back with a right hand lead into the breach, lancing the cheek of Mulложонов halfway through the opening round. Mulложонov just creeping forwards, reverse 1-2. Backhand came first from Kушиташвили, but there's a beautiful spearing left cross to the head from Mulложонov, and then a check right hook. The final shot in that exchange is he spun off the line and then peppered his man with a left cross once again.
It's very hard when you've got somebody moving in front of you like Mulложонov. 1 minute he's in one position, next minute he's changed the angle and he's punching you from a whole nother different position.
Beautiful left uppercut landed by Mulложонov, who did exactly as Nicola Adams described just a few moments ago. Beautiful right hand and then a counter shot with the left hook after Kушиташвили landed a right cross of his own. Mulложонov stepped back, swayed to his left, uncoiled a southpaw left hook, and it caused Kушиташвили to take a knee. He was coming forward, the impact of the shot was doubled up, and a count issued by Mr. Manuel Villarino of Argentina. But remember, in Olympic-style boxing, a knockdown will not necessarily result in a 10-8 round, but a significant moment in the round from Mulложоnov's perspective, because he now knows he had the timing and the power to hurt Kушitashvili, and it was with that shot that he landed a few moments ago before running off to the space of centering again.
I don't even think he saw that shot of Mulложонov as he was coming in. But I guess it's like the saying it, Ron, the ones you don't see hurt the most.
They're the ones that do the most damage, and Mulложonov found his man's chin with a cluster of those punches, unsighted in the closing seconds. So keen was Kушitashvili to get onto the front foot that short clipping punches were inflicting significant damage. Well, it's a 4-1 split for Mulложонov. The judge from Canada preferring the work of Kушitashvili, who did have some success. And even though a knockdown won't result in a 10-8 round, surely that should have sealed the deal to make it a clean sweep of the cards. But that not the case. Remember, the 5 judges sat around different vantage points of the boxing ring.
Yeah, really, really good boxing there from Mulложonov. He's just using his angles perfectly, just picking his punches, waiting for his man to come in. He's like, all right, come to me, come to me, come to me. Pop, goes out the southpaw left, and down goes his man.
Such short, accurate punch picking. And again, look at the way the shaven head of Kушitashvili is being constantly buffeted back.
Assalomu alaykum. Sof savdo internet markazida zararsiz ozdiruvchi, semirtiruvchi, soch va soqol o'stiruvchi mahsulotlar, og'doq, psoriaz kasalliklari, jinsiy, urolog, ginekolog muammolar hamda barcha ichki organizmdagi kasalliklarga va sport ozuqalar mavjud. Adreslarimiz Moskva, Metro Avtozavodskoye, Sankt-Peterburg, Sennoy plosh. O'zbekiston bo'ylab 1 soat ichida yetkazib beramiz. Rossiyani Moskva, Sankt-Peterburg bo'ylab metrolar ichida 1 soatda, boshqa shaharlarga 4 kun ichida yetkazib beramiz. Bemalol Sof savdo internet markaziga bog'laning yoki do'konlarimizga tashrif buyuring.
By the short, sharp punches of Mulложонov. So into the second round then, and Kушitashvili right back into the breach, but he's been hit by a southpaw left to the head and then the body. He knows that he's conceded the round 4-1 because of the live scoring available here at the eWork Arena. And to his credit, he really is going after the World Championship bronze medalist at 92 kilograms. Takes a good shot to the body, does the World Championship bronze medalist at 86 kilograms. Looking for the left jab, right cross, and put in an awful tangle between the strands because of the movement of Mulложонов. Good right hand landed from Kушиташвили, who is remaining committed to his task, now trying to peer in between his gloves, proffering a high-held guard, scores a good left hand to the body, but Mulложонов continuing to score while being put on the back foot.
A really good work from Mulложонов. He's just weathering the storm for the first minute to see if his opponent in blue just calms down a little, and I think he's starting to settle now. I think he's going to get behind his jab and start to let some of his shots go.
Hitting and holding from Kушиташвили. Trying an uppercut on the disengagement was Mulложонov. Now was at the Asian Games in Hangzhou when Mulложонov first attempted to qualify for the Olympic Games. Actually lost at the quarter-final stage as he works well to the body, to the Chinese boxer, and then he's tagged by a right hand. And why I mention that is because he boxed beautifully in the first 2 rounds. Takes a blow, which he is intimating is low. That won't do his conditioning or his energy levels any good. But he ran out of gas in the 3rd round, or perhaps didn't run out of gas, just met an opponent who simply would not stop coming forward. And he was steamrolled in the 3rd and final round and ended up losing on a 4-1 split decision. He'll want to ensure that that fate doesn't befall him here. Kушitashvili has really set about him in this 2nd round. Mouthpieces come out, and that's often the sign of a fatiguing fighter when they can't bite down and the mouth is wide open to try and gasp in more oxygen. And you see the referee, Mr. Manuel Villarino, just make that gesture. If the mouthpiece comes out on 2 more occasions, that will be a point deduction for that infringement. And why it can be considered an infringement is because fighters who are feeling the pace, who are gassing out, will sometimes spit the mouthpiece intentionally, so the ref has to call time, get it rinsed and reinserted to allow their energy levels to recover. But Kушitashvili appears to be worst aware here for me. There's a beautiful counter left uppercut, but didn't land it until after he was tagged. And then another right hand from Kушitashvili drives him backwards. Good response from the reigning World Championship bronze medalist at 86 kilograms. Mulложонов fires back with a southpaw left of his own, perhaps his best shot of the entire round.
Kушitashvili maybe pulling this back, actually. He's working very hard. He hasn't stopped punching this whole round. Really making his man in red work.
So looking to spin off the line as he did so effectively in the opening round is Mulложонov. There's a nice southpaw right, left cross, and then his chin is checked once again by a right hand from Kушitashvili. And Kушitashvili, is it going to be a case of deja vu here in Busto Arsizio? Identical to what he experienced in Hangzhou in China last autumn. My goodness, that's a magnificent response for my money from Georgi Kушitashvili, but what say the judges? Remember, he lost the first on a 4-1 split. Oh, and he's lost the second for all 5 of the judges. And I think that is really harsh on Kушitashvili. I mean, this man is quality, let's not make any mistake, but I thought he was put under significant and sustained pressure during the course of that round. And for Kушitashvili to be swept across the board, I thought he deserved it on a 3-2 split at least.
Yeah, I thought the man in blue did enough there. He was working really hard, did not stop punching, put his man on red under serious pressure to the point where his gum shield came out.
So Mulложонov taking practically every second of the 60 before re-entering the fray for the 3rd and final round. Oh, that's a beautiful left cross, and another one. My goodness, 3 left crosses fired in without being set up by the southpaw right jab by Mulложонov, staking his claim at the beginning of this 3rd round as he bids for an Olympic quota place. He's leading 20 points to 18 after 6 minutes of boxing for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. There you see him use that Billy Joe Saunders celebration, looking out over the top rope once again after he made Kушitashvili miss. Nice defense with the left glove from Mulложонov, and then turning his head to ride the shot. Kушitashvili had success upstairs, Mulложонov success downstairs. And this more success for my money in the first 40 seconds of this final round than Mulложонов enjoyed in the entirety of the second round. He's come out refreshed and revived and has really taken charge of the first minute of this third stanza of boxing. But Kушиташвили aware of that and has success to both body and head. But he needs a massive final round to get back on terms because he's trailing 20 points to 18 for judges 1, 2, 3 and 4 after being swept in the second round despite what appeared to me to be a very good rally indeed.
Mullojonov's done really well to get back into this now. I think his man in blue, after having such a big second round, is really struggling now to get his shots off.
So approaching the halfway stage of this third and final round, and it's been practically all Mulложонов. Terrific response from him. And as Nicola Adams, two-time Olympic champion, has pointed out, has Kушиташвили left it all in the second round? Because again, he'll be aware of the scores, and imagine if those scorecards were tied up at 19 points apiece and 2019 for Judge 5, who somehow gave him round number 1. But I think it would be an altogether different effort in terms of spirit and attitude and presence from Kушitashvili. But here he really is feeling the physical effects of his exertions. He's desperately willing his way forwards after his man, but it's Mulложонов who is more sprightly and more energized after he was punched around the ring considerably in the second round. And it's amazing how the intangibles like that can affect a boxer's performance when both men are feeling the pace.
Yeah, it really can. Just getting a better score can really just boost your energy. You know, you get your second win, you're like, right, okay, you know, maybe I can pull this back. But just seeing the scores like that for the man in blue must have been so disheartening, especially after he gave so much of himself in the second round.
Closing seconds of the third round, and for my money, well, because of the context of the scorecards, Kушitashvili needs a KO here. He hasn't been able to produce the 10-8 round that he requires to bring about parity on 4 of the 5 cards. And in rather, it is Mulложонov who has appeared the fresher fighter and has done terrifically well. Started the third round with 3 southpaw left crosses without reply, and it's a weary-legged walk back to that red corner, but I think it's going to be a victorious one for Lazizbek Mulложонov in this battle of current World Championship bronze medalists from the global event in Tashkent, Uzbekistan last year. This man found an answer, was brilliant in the first round. Short, crisp punches, put his man on the floor with an unsighted left cross as Kушitashvili was rushing in. Then in the second round, Kушitashvili responded like a champion, put this man under sustained pressure, punching him around the ring, reducing him to just pockets of success, but the scorecards scored it unanimously in favor of the man in red. And then in the third round, it was as though Kушitashvili had nothing left to give. Here's the verdict. The man in red should be going to the Olympics.
By point unanimous decision in the red corner representing...
So there is confirmation of an Olympic quota place secured by Lazizbek Mulложонov of Uzbekistan, a unanimous point decision victor over Georgi Kушitashvili in this high-quality battle of reigning current World Championship bronze medalists. And both men gave so much that despite the ecstasy that you must be feeling, I don't think Lazizbek Mulложонov